Now my daughter in the room and they start cussing, that's different. But I'm having an interview and now you just start to be disrespectful to this young lady.
You asking
Whether
her,
you Mike Tyson or not. When are you going to leave Iron Mike and that foolishness alone and become a wise man?
Well,
you're telling him to govern himself accordingly. That's what
I
you're
don't
saying.
have to tell him that. The world and life should tell every man that. Every man. You can't do and say what you used to say when you was young. And treat people and do things because that's what wisdom is. You mean to tell me Tyson is not getting wiser as he's getting older? Well, he need to. Because your legacy of biting the ear off, making $400 million, being with the pigeons and going to prison for rape, all that stuff is gonna be a part of your legacy, whether you like it or not.
Frank,
The
let me
good
say
and
this,
the
You
man.
said being accused.
Let me say this,
of
bro. Let me say this, man.
He was convicted.
People
Wait,
still
stop that for a second, man. I know you're trying to say.
What?
You saying being accused? He was convicted.
Yeah, he went to prison,
That doesn't mean he did it though.
but he was convicted of it.
Okay, see,
Whether or not he
doesn't
did it
matter.
or not,
There's
he
a
was
lot of people
convicted.
that went to jail for a long time.
But I'm just talking
for
about what he's
a crime
convicted
they didn't
of.
commit.
What he was convicted of.
So I understand what you're saying about governing yourself accordingly. You gotta be careful. Tyson gonna see the interview, want to beat his ass.
That's all right.
You ready for it? We can pump that fight.
I'm always ready,
We
Stank.
can pump that fight. That'll be a good one. Right?
I'm always ready.
I think Frank you can handle
Man,
a couple
listen.
rounds. But
I wouldn't even waste my time, man.
No.
Wait.
He said,
For $40 million, I would.
yeah.
20 million, I would.
That's 20 million.
I tell you what, 5, Tyson. 5.
Okay, we heard it here. We heard it here first.
5 million, I'm getting in there.
Come on,
Stank.
Rob, tighten up, man. We heard it here first, man. Tighten
You
up.
won't?
for $5 million. Hell yeah, I'm getting
Oh,
in
okay.
there.
I thought you were looking stupid. I
Yeah,
thought you
yeah.
were looking
I
stupid.
can't be doing that.
Shit,
I
nigga,
can't
I'm
be
getting
doing
in
the
there.
show no more when y'all be drinking, man.
Of
because y'all-
course, I'm getting in the ring with him.
I can't be doing that.
I mean, shit, hell yeah, I'm
Well,
getting
yeah,
in the
that's
ring
cool.
with him
But
for $5 million.
my whole thing about the legacy, we all want to leave a good legacy. And my favorite boxer, and to me the best boxer in history is Floyd Mayweather. Now that's just me. I like Muhammad Ali. I like the different stands and his fortitude for standing where he stand. But when I talk about pure skill and boxing and the different things and how serious he took, no drinking, no smoke, I appreciate what Floyd has done in the boxing arena. He's one of my favorite and one of the best of all time.
What I think she should have asked him was,
And Mike Tyson as well.
Once she gave him the card, she should have asked him. But she's young.
She's learning.
She's learning. She's smart with it, man. But I think she should have asked him. So I'm giving you this card of Custom Model, who's a legendary boxer, boxing trainer. So you actually give a card of a legendary boxing trainer to the legendary boxer. Yeah.
To the boxer that made
you.
To the custom model made him legendary.
Made him
Sure.
legendary. So,
Now I still say, Mike Tyson is not the skilled of heavyweights. He's not the most skilled of heavyweights, but he was one of the ones that you could say was the most feared. I don't think nobody feared other than George Foreman at times. He was feared amongst the heavyweights throughout the 60s and 70s, and also Sonny Liston.
But not to get into boxing, but who do you think is a skilled heavyweight better than Mike Tyson?
Lennox Lewis.
Lennox Lewis was a sloppy boxer. A sloppy boxer Lennox Lewis was until Emmanuel Lewis started working with him. My opinion.
But he was still more skilled. He had a jab. He had stuff that Customato didn't have enough time to teach Tyson.
You think so?
Tyson, Customato showed him raw. He was able to take that raw talent and power and hone him into a monster. Because when Evander Holyfield is one of the most skilled. Another one. But when he matched up with those guys, it was evident that he was no match for them.
I just thought he was a close quarters fighter more than anything. But Evander Holyfield, I definitely give that to him.
Oh yeah, Lennox Lewis too. You couldn't take whether you give it to Lennox Lewis or not. He was highly skilled
until Emmanuel Lewis
with that reach 6'5" and keeping everybody off.
Reach is different, but when like Muhammad Ali is skilled, he was skilled. When I see skill, then that's what I see.
Muhammad Ali wasn't one of the most skilled heavyweights.
I didn't say one of the most skilled. Right? You tell me skill. We talking about skill.
In that era,
skilled.
man, shoo, in that era, you got to, man, skilled.
Because you can go back to Jack Johnson and all them. He was skilled. All those guys were skilled.
Well, for the time, for the era.
The time, yeah.
None of them had defense. They took a lot of punishment. Larry Holmes would probably be the most skilled heavyweight of that of doing those times.
What do you think about that?
I mean,
because he had everything.
I would say skilled heavyweight. I'm gonna give it to Lennox. You know,
no, I'm talking about before Lennox.
Oh, before Lennox,
no, Muhammad Ali.
I would say Muhammad Ali because
that's
skilled. Who I know.
I can't take nothing from
that's
Muhammad
who
Ali.
I know.
Yeah.
I think Muhammad Ali was more skilled.
For him to do what he did to George Foreman based on his own theory and coming up with that rope-a-dope and making that happen, I really appreciate what he did.
Yeah, I'm gonna be against y'all on this, man. I still stand on what Emmanuel Lewis did for Lennox Lewis. That's when I really started to see like a good boxer in Lennox Lewis.
Well, he was undefeated before he met him.
It doesn't mean he was sloppy.
And he was beating.
Heavyweight only takes one punch.
Beating all that.
Heavyweight
no, but he wasn't knocking him out like that. He was having
heavyweight is this here. And then one punch, knockout.
No, man, you crazy, man.
No. Man, if you can get one hit on somebody in heavyweight, they sitting down coughing up breakfast.
He just polished him. Emmanuel Lewis helped polish him. But if you look at his record before that, he beat some good fighters before that.
So let's sum it up. So we know that heavyweights are not, when you say skilled, so I guess we're gonna draw a comparison to
before you do that,
smaller fighters.
Well,
you understand what I'm saying? So the smaller fighters are going to be a little bit more skilled, if you will.
No, I was talking heavyweight.
I know.
Yeah.
I understand that, but in my mind, when I talk about skill, when you're talking about skill, I start trying to compare
that
these
means
heavyweights
jab.
to
when you say skill, what you think about?
What I'm saying is, I start comparing them heavyweights to smaller fighters because I believe that smaller fighters are more skilled because they're smaller. Because when you're talking about the heavyweights, a lot of times it's more like knockouts, and it's not, these heavyweight fights are not really going, for the most part, the distance. You understand what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
So
punches, man,
so
endurance and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But let's go back to
don't forget
the reaction about the video.
We talked about that. Go into the fight.
That could be another. We got to do that another segment.
What fight?
The Jake Paul and Tyson fight. I thought we
were Jake Paul.
Yeah,
okay.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Chief Hall Podcast. But I just wanted to conclude on what we felt about what was going on with the interview. Mike Tyson has a legacy. Unfortunately, he may not be in a position where he's able to acknowledge it and the importance of it, but there's nothing he will be able to do about it. It's already set, and it's going to keep following him. Now that he lost to Jake Paul, now to do that, and we'll talk about the fight coming up. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. But the way he handled Jazzy, and I didn't appreciate at the end how he almost like he sucked all the life out of the interview when he started talking about when you're dead, and all this type of stuff, and really sucked the life out of the interview because Jazzy was lively and she was ready to go and wanted to just be in his presence and be absorbed the knowledge and the different things that he had to say. And one thing we had to do as adults is to pour into our young people. Jazzy is very enthusiastic and very about her career and very ready to go and do what she need to do. And she's a young lady. So I believe all men have to always remember around young ladies, we have a way we must conduct ourselves, especially the up and coming young ladies. And that's how I understand how, as you age, wisdom and all these things come into play. And we want to make sure that we are mindful of that. Chief Hall Podcast. We out.
That was 22 minutes.
You didn't hit the thing? Oh, I think you hit the thing after. You don't want him to get too long-winded because that shit he would just say right now could have been right there. It shouldn't be no intro light long and then an extra that long.
I'm gonna cut
Fucking, he
all
just
that
listen to
shit out.
himself fucking talk, man. And then you're gonna have to edit all that